Welcome back to another episode of Low Tech Garage. I'm Josh, and today we've got something pretty interesting. You've seen the Viper, you've seen the Porsche, you've seen the Mustang, you've even seen the 440 that's going in my Dodge, but check this out. This is going to be a cool project. What we have right here is a 1964 Corvette. I know it doesn't look like it, but this is going to be an awesome car. Now, some of y'all might have already guessed what we are doing. Why do you have two chassis stacked on top of each other, you might ask? Well, you'll see a clip of us, with this on the trailer, and you'll understand why we had to pack it up this way. Now, to answer the first question that I'm sure is on a bunch of your minds, yes, this car does have a body. It's actually currently up on a lift at the owner's house, and so it's suspended safe up in the air. The chassis has been rolled out for us to work on. And this vehicle belongs to our good friend, has some amazing rides, and we're hoping maybe we can feature some more of them in the future. But he has entrusted us to do some work on this one for him, and we are very excited. But what are we doing with all of this? Well, you can probably tell we're swapping some stuff from one chassis to the other. And, let me show you a little closer actually what we're working with here. Now, as much as the original chassis is probably serviceable, it's just a little tired and probably needs a little help. But previously, all of this lovely new suspension had been installed. And actually, the car was running and driving with all these new components. And I mean, we're talking some really good stuff here. It's gonna be a little tough to see the front here, but I mean, this is some of the top dog stuff. And the car was great, but now that we're looking at doing the larger motor in this, it's time to move on to a big boy chassis. And that is what we have here. So the mission is to take all of the cool suspension components off of the original chassis here and install them onto the new one. Once we've done that, this motor is not going into the new chassis. That is going to be going separate from the old one, but going back to that home. We have an all-aluminum 427 going in this thing. And I'm sure you can imagine that that is going to be a bit of a performance improvement over the little 283 that's in it right now. And replacing the robust and perfectly functional Power Glide is a 5-speed manual, so that's going to be another sweet upgrade. So now we've got the vehicle unloaded. We're taking stock of exactly how we want to lay things out in the shop to make sure we have enough space to basically put these side by side, disassemble one, put the components straight onto the other. Once that's done, we can return the original components back to him, and then we can work on bringing the new motor and transmission in, dropping those in, getting the driveline together. Then this thing goes back home to get remated with its original body. So the first mission is going to be getting that new frame off the top here. We're going to get that staged up against the wall so it's out of the way. We're then going to go through and take stock of what components we're probably going to need. We have a lot of parts already, but simple things like engine mounts, a trans mount, stuff like that that's probably going to shake out as we start to crawl all over this thing. We're going to get the last of the parts coming in, and then we're going to start on teardown and reassembly, and that is going to be a cool thing. And best of all for you guys, this isn't going to be a crazy long project. We actually want to turn this thing around relatively quickly, which means if you hit that follow button right now, you're going to get to see this thing video after video getting incrementally better in a big way. And of course, at the end of it, you'll get to see the beautiful bright red body set on top of this thing with a 5-speed shifter poking up in the middle. And you know we're a fan of that. But for today, that does it. So we have a big project ahead of us. Again, if you are a Corvette fan, a GM fan, just a classic car fan, hit that subscribe button. This is going to be a fun, probably short series. So if you want to follow along, you'll get to see this thing go from this into basically a fully assembled car with an awesome powertrain in it. So take 2 seconds and do that. Take another second and hit that like button as well. It really helps people see this video. And again, we're really trying to grow the channel, and it does help. So thank you very much, and we'll catch you on the next one.